Welcome back. Today on the Mac, and I'm looking at a little program called Caption.Ed by TalkType. This will provide a live on-screen transcription of any video or audio content playing from a web page. But also you can actually transcribe video conferences, calls, radios, video calling, streaming services and so on. So it's great for note-taking if you're in a meeting, if it's online, and it's great for lectures online as well, on webinars. That way you can get the actual transcription of the lecture or meeting down and go over them in your notes later. So it's a pretty powerful option. Now I'm using Google Chrome on the Mac, 'cause I like Google Chrome anyway, and I tend to use that across all my operating systems. And I want you to go to this website first. Once there, select for me Get Caption.Ed and tap on it. And this will take you to Chrome Web Store, where you can add the extension by clicking here top right hand corner. As I've already installed it, top right corner, can you see the extension there? We don't need to do that, so I'm now going to minimize that. Now what I've done earlier is I've gone to just 2 general lectures online on YouTube to see if it works. So I'm going to open them up now and we're going to try it out. So what I've done is I've chose 2 lectures with different accents. So I've got a US one here, and at the top here as well I've got an Indian one. So I just want to see how well Caption.Ed picks up and transcribes for us. So I'm going to go to the US one first. So what we need to do is select the extension. Tap on it once. And first we need to do is select a subject. For example, if it's British English, then we choose that, if that's the language. But to be more specific, if it's social sciences and maybe doing a law degree or something to do with law, then would you choose this option, because it's more likely to pick up more analogies of words than your standard languages. Again, health and life sciences, you've got US English, US Spanish, Australian English, French and Canadian French. So as this is at US English, I'm going to select that option. Next option down there is text size. That's how big you want your text when it's transcribed. So this will put it in the box as it transcribes so you can see it clearly, or maybe you want it a bit smaller. This is the smallest, but you can go up to larger text if you need to. But 24 is ample. And last of all, your theme. When the box comes up, when I click start, you see that in a minute, you can have a dark background, light text, or vice versa. If I come to the end here, you might want a light background and dark text. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to use a darker background with light text. Now I'm ready to go. I'm going to select start. You can see how it's brought the window down there for me, and I'm ready to go. Now don't leave it more than a minute, because then it will stop and pause. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to click play and see how well it picks up.
You basically die of old age when you're about 10 years old, and then you got cannibals eating brains and getting prion diseases, and those are very exciting, and they're great, junior high school papers about disease and such. Oh no, okay, come up to the front, please. See, a couple more seats.
Now I'll let that run on more where there was no speech to show you that it's not picking up background noise within that video. Now you can see that's quite accurate, and it's also done punctuation for us. I don't know how good that punctuation is, but at least it gives you a basis to work off. And there we go, we've now got your text. So what I could do now is download it, but I'm not going to yet. I'm going to close that box. I'm going to go to the second lecture, or whatever recording you want to use online, as it will be a different accent. I'm going to try the same thing again and see how well it picks up. So again, I'm going to select the Caption.Ed subject. Now as we haven't got in there the option of having an Indian accent, I'm going to leave it just on British English to see how well it picks up. This time I'm going to leave the background with dark text and light background and select play. It's waiting for the audio, so now I'm going to select play and see how well it picks up.
Welcome. I'm delighted to welcome you and of course Professor Rangarajan. Professor Rangarajan was my professor when I came here 81 to 83, and the joke we had about Professor Rangarajan was that he graduated with us. You know, professors sometimes don't graduate with students, but Professor Rangarajan was here 1968 to 1983, and so Jayant had him
And I'm going to pause that. Now it does struggle with names, but you can always add them in afterwards. The main thing with this is the content is pretty accurate. It looks quite good. So there you can see it's quite good with accents. Now it's alright having it all transcribed, but we really need it in a document so you can work off that, don't we? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select download, and it's going to download as a text document on my left. So I'm going to tap on it and open it. Now I would probably want that in a Word document rather than in a text document. That's easy enough to do. Come at the top here, click File, and I'm going to move that. I'm going to move that to my desktop so I can find it. I'm dreadful, I lose everything. And select Move. You can now see it on the right there, so I can now close it on my desktop. And I'm going to minimize the browser. I'm going to right click it and select Open With and select Microsoft Word. Leave everything default and select OK. We now have it in a Word document if I maximize it for you. So we then come up to Review and use the Read Aloud option.
Welcome. I'm delighted to welcome you and of course Professor Rangarajan. Professor Rangarajan was my professor when I came here 81 to 83 and the joke.
And click pause, and then you can get text to speech as well.
And so JM pad him.
So such a powerful option to use. Thanks for watching.